Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I've been asked for a tutorial on how to build this silo. It's very easy and I'm going to walk you through it step by step. So here are the materials that you're going to need. And I'm going to build this one layer at a time to hopefully keep this nice and easy for you. So the walls are pretty simple. It's basically, you put your door down, one block on either side, and we're starting off with the brick blocks. And then we're going to go diagonal, and then it's 3 in a row, diagonal, 3 in a row, until we get a circle. And then it should look like this. And then we're going to add some of the detail in. So you should have this. And then we'll go up. That's a spruce fence that we're placing in between here. And then we're placing a mangrove trapdoor on the top end of this block in front of the door. So you should have this so far. And then we're going to start mixing in some granite here. The granite can either be placed exactly the same as me, or it can just be placed a little bit random. It's not too important. As long as you get a good mixture. So first thing we're going to do here is we're going to build the wall. And then we'll add the detail in after. That's a bit of packed mud that we've placed in here. That starts mixing in as well. So for the detailing, we've got a trapdoor on the top end, shelves on the side, and then on the corners there are slabs. And it's the same all the way around. Then we're also going to add in some of the mud bricks. And make sure you get your lanterns in here as well. Again, the fences are spruce fences. I'll just give you a quick spin around in case there's any area that I've confused you on. Hopefully not. Okay. Don't worry about the hanging lanterns at the moment, we'll move back to them in a second. What we're going to do is we're going to build this layer, and then we're going to go up a layer, and we're going to build that layer, and then we'll go back and add the lanterns. So again, we'll start with the wall. This is a mixture of the mud bricks, the packed mud, and one little granite on its own. Oh, I already placed that. So the decoration here is basically the same as the previous one, except that the trapdoor is going to be on the bottom half. And the slabs are on the top half instead of the bottom half. And then once you've done that, just make sure you add your lanterns in on the bottom of the trapdoors. If this appears to be too difficult to follow, you can always slow down the video on the playback speed. It would definitely make me sound weird, but it'll make the video a bit slower and easier to follow. So for the decoration starting on the roof, we're going to add an upside down stair here, a slab on either side, and then for the corners we're going to add trapdoors. The angle of the trapdoor doesn't really matter, you'll see it from below, but it's not too important. So you should be working with this. And then we're putting an upright stair on top of all of the upside down stairs. So that should look like this. And then we're going to add a plank just behind each of the stairs, which I didn't have over here, but you know, it's not too important. Like, you could make this a mangrove plank if you wanted, it doesn't really matter. You're not going to see it. I mean, you'll see it on the inside, but that's not the point. So I'm just adding a mangrove plank to all of the diagonals here. And as I said, you can put the mangrove planks here as well. Got an itchy eyeball. Okay. And then we're going to chuck a slab in the middle on the inside. Pop that up. And then we'll put a slab here. The middle of all of them, and then we're going to place a normal stair. Now the easiest way to do this in my experience is to just stair 2 in on each of them, break the middle one, and then just go around, and then we get rid of these stairs. Then we're going to add some mangrove slabs in here, so just on each side of the stair. And we want to get one above as well, so you can just place one neck on top of the stair and then across. And then we'll fill up the gaps with the pail as well. And we go one on top of the middles, and in the middle should be a block, yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you build the silo. If you like this, make sure you check out my shorts. I've got a lot of other buildings on there, and I'd be happy to create a tutorial for most of the buildings on there, so just ask. And until then, see you later.